everybody, Correct Gemini Guitar, and we're back for The Art of Doom, episode 5. So this makes kind of, I guess, not quite a departure, but kind of an exciting new direction where we look at some, I wouldn't say experimental, but sort of non-conventional scales. But this one's the Altered Quartal Bebop, and we're going to keep it simple today. We're just going to play over the D, drop D open power chord. The scale diagram's there, and what you want to do first is to understand the structure of it is just to look at it on one string so you can see those intervals in their order. And it's a little bit unusual. There's actually 8 notes in the scale. Normally most scales have 7. If we started out in the 3rd position, for example, you can see there that on the D string we've got F, F sharp, G, G sharp. There's also elements of the Phrygian scale there. You've got the root note in the minor second. And then we've got those last 2 notes there, which aren't kind of the best choices, but they do kind of work in a transient sort of way. Now the other main position that we'll be utilizing is down when we do the solo part. I'll just grab the page there. So here we are in the 13th position here, and it looks a bit like this. And then up to the octave. Now you can see that on your scale diagram there's a complete fretboard view, so you're pretty much welcome to just play the whole thing wherever you want. So let's look at the ideas. We're going to be starting down here, so we're sliding into the 5th fret, and then we're going to play the 6th fret. And then we've got the sort of a mix-up of the chromatic sequence on the 4th string. So we've got 4, 5, 3, 6, 5. Then in the next bar, then we're going to do 6, 3, 5, 3, same string. And then a more conventional bluesy rock type of thing at the end. It's got that root note, and then the flat 7 or minor 7. There's a couple of choices for the next part. I chose to do it like mostly on one string, but you could also do it on more than that. But anyway, let's stick to that. So say we move up into the 5th position. Now you could also stay in this position for a while and do this. That works pretty nicely, as opposed to this. But at the end of the day, the pitch is the same, the notes are the same, really. And then we're going to slide up into the 8th fret, 10th, 8th, 6th, and then just chromatically down. So we'll get this. And then we're back into the other position. Mix it up a little bit in the next bar. Then so we've got that repeating theme of the chromatic descending into the root. So those first 6 notes are really good to work with. Descend again. This time we're going to ascend. This is bar 16. Into 17. Notice how we're always resolving back to that D root note. I'm going to descend again in the 18th bar. Really just a variation on the previous ending we did. Now the next bit's interesting. Now I do have the tremolo on this guitar, of course, but it's actually got a block in it, so I can't use it. I'm not a big fan of them. One thing we can do is we can actually just push down a little bit on the top here, and that'll give us a little bit of a dip, which is all we really need. And so where you see W/bar or whammy bar, you don't really need one. So you just strum your open D5. You just gently want to push on the neck here with your hand, and then just a little bit in that way. I used to do it much more aggressively on my Stratocaster, and I never had any issues. I wouldn't go that aggressive these days. I'd always be worried about just my luck I'd break something, but back then I was kind of nuts. Being a teenager, so I used to go for it a bit. It's kind of a cool effect. Actually, it doesn't work quite well with that one. I discovered that technique through Jake E. Lee when he was in Ozzy's band. I remember seeing him do it on a video or something. And I tried it out for myself. It was fun. And then we've got this unison bend. This is in the, what bar are we in? 22. So you can do it slow for a dramatic effect. Sort of gives a bit of dissonance as we go up. Then you want to hold the bend at 13th fret, full step, keep holding. So it's... Repick it, release it a bit. Not too quick. Pick the 13th unbent, slide to 15. Pre-bend at 15 a half step. Release to 15 and then back up again. So we'll get this. And then we're going to do 15, 16 on 2. I would recommend being in the 13th position. So your third finger should be at the 15th fret, pinky at 16, and then you go upward. That puts us in perfect position. And again, we're utilizing those first 6 notes. They're the same as down here. This is probably my favourite bit. I've got this really cool bend at the 14th fret, but we're only going to go a half step. And then we're going to hit the 16th. And then we're going to do 13 pre-bend. Release it. Slowly. 15th on second string. So we get... So this one's all around the place, which sounds chaotic and wild, which is nice. We've got 15, 16 on 2, 13, 16, 15, 14 on 1. Got this little bit of a different rhythm here. (13), hammer to 14, pull to 13. 15, 13, 15, 16, string 2. 13, 16 on 1. Whole bar. The next bar is sort of easier in a way, and I'll show you why at the end. It's kind of like a pedal point at the end. So we get 15, 14, 13, 15 on 2. That's beat 1 covered. Beat 2, 13 on 1, 15, 16 on 2, 13 on 1. All these little fragments, by the way, make great picking practice. Even if you don't want to shred or anything, they're great for just developing cross-picking ability, which is important even for non-lead guitarists anyway. There's always like some fiddly bits in indie songs or gothic or whatever, so every little bit helps, even post-rock. And then that pedal point I was talking about, so you want to keep the first finger at 13, so you're going to go 16, 13, 15, 13, 14, 13. And then 15, 13, 15 on 2. So the whole idea on the last line and that concludes today's lesson. So thanks for supporting me on Patreon. This has been a really fun lesson to do, and until the next lesson, bye for now.